here on my floor, so you know what's coming, right? It's either a book haul or a TBR. And because we are hitting August 1st, guess what? It's a TBR. I'm so excited. But I do have like a cool book mail to talk about first. Got this awesome big heavy book in the mail from one of our amazing people, Ogtrapog. You know, I think that's his full name. I can't remember right now because we just call him Og. So that's his name. He's been a friend of ours for a long time on Two Dorks channel. So we met him over there with Two Dorks TV. And so he's come over with Cursed Dragon Ship, and he is also an avid reader. And he accidentally bought 2 copies of this glorious book. So it's Little Big by John Crowley. Look at this book. It's beautiful. I am in love with it. Look at that. It's got a foreword by Neil Gaiman. Little Big or the Fairies' Parliament. I'm like, I'm so sorry you bought 2 of these. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Because I totally benefit. It's beautiful. There are stunning pictures all the way through this. Like, weird pictures. But that's what this book is, too. Like, it's very, I can't think of the word. Like, ephemeral. Like, you can't quite grasp it all the time. It's really, really fun and magical and incredible. Look at these pictures. It's stunning. I am so excited about this book. But it's not just one book, right? It's a collection of books. It's a bunch of them. Let's see. I think it was, let's see, Little Big or the Fairies of Parliament. The Reflections on Little Big as Paradiso. It's by Harold Bloom. And The Art of Peter Milton. And Colophon? I don't know what that one is. But so there are multiple books, and here's the whole series, basically, is what it is. So, yeah, 6 books, it looks like. So exciting. We have, book 1 is Edgewood. Book 2 is Brother Northwind's Secret. Book 3 is Old Law Farm. Old Law Farm. The books, they're not very long either. The Wildwood is book 4. Book 5 is The Art of Memory, and book 6 is The Fairies' Parliament. I mean, how fun. This is just, it's beautiful, and it's going to be really, really fun to read. This is not one that I will be reading in bed before I go to sleep, though, because, look, it'll fall on my head. I will have a concussion. I won't survive. It'll be horrible. I mean, there are worse ways to die. I think being crushed by a book just might be my future. So, I guess if it has to be any book, this one is the one. So, I'm really excited about this. So, this is going to have to go on my TBR. So, read them one book at a time to digest. So this is exciting. So thanks, Og. You're awesome. It's beautiful. I get to put these on my books. You know, I like to give away my books. I'm not giving that one away. That one's mine. Can't have it. It's mine. And now, I would also, before we start what I'm going to read for August, I want to talk about what I did read in June. Now, first, if you remember when I did my July TBR, I was talking about how I was so excited about reading again. I'm doing these reading challenges and these readathons and all these fun things, and talked about Book Challenge by Erin that I've done for years, but it just, quite frankly, wasn't intense enough. It lasts for 4 months. There's only 10 books. Like, I don't know. It just didn't, it motivated me to read things I wouldn't just pick up. Because of the different categories, I had to kind of go outside my comfort zone, which was amazing, and I loved it, so I keep doing it. But it didn't really motivate me to read more books, just different kinds of books. So the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do was like, I'm so excited. I want to read all of these books. And it's a year with a minimum 55 books. And that's only if those books like fit enough of the categories, of the other categories, that you can squeeze them into. So I was so excited about that one. And that's encouraged me to read. Normally I read 2 to 3, if one of those was shorter, books for fun a month. Remember, we're not talking about my writer hat or my publisher hat or my freelance editor hat, right? Just for fun, 2 or 3. Last month, I read 7. 7. Technically finished 1, but began and finished 6 more. I mean, I'm so excited about that. I'm going to say so excited a lot. You can see my maps, my countries. I still have a long way to go, but at this rate, it's going to happen a lot faster. Here's my countries. So again, quite a ways to go, but reading, 6, 7 books a month, this is going to be filled out a lot faster than reading 2 or 3 a month. Twice as fast, right? I can do math, I swear. I cannot do math. We just calculated royalties. Math is too hard. So I'll show you the books that I read. I finished. The ones I do not have right now are Only One Left by Riley Sager. That one was ebook, and then I borrowed from the library. And then the other one, so that was one book. The second one was, that I do not have, is God of the Woods by Liz Moore. And that was my July read for hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. So that's the 2. The one I finished was book 3 in the Lightbringer series, Broken Eye. So that's when I finished. That's 3. The other 4, Rebecca by Daphne de Maurier. This is the last book that I read. This becomes important in a minute. You'll see why. But it was audiobook. So it was so exciting. I didn't think audiobook would work for me. It completely did. So I am now an audiobook fan. I will not only read audiobooks. I know a lot of people do, but I will never do that. I've got to have a book in my hand. But it's nice to have this. Like, I listened to this while I was cleaning out the freezer and while I was washing the dishes and all of these things where I can't do things in silence. So I always either listen to music or podcast or put something on the TV like, Food Network or HGTV. Something for noise, but not too much distraction. This was the best. It was just the right amount of distraction, and I didn't have any trouble paying attention, which I was afraid it was going to happen with the audiobook. So I loved it. I will definitely be reading more audiobooks. Happy Place. I'm no longer the last person on the planet to read it. If you haven't read it yet, pick it up. It's so good. I loved it. So highly recommend. I'm now an Emily Henry fan, and I want to read all of her books. The Dark Days Club, so YA Fantasy. This one was okay. I don't regret reading it, but I'm not going to finish this series. I'm good. And Womb City. Sadly, this one I was the most disappointed by. This world building didn't work for me. The way the story was told didn't work for me. It was quite confusing, and I'm not quite sure what was going on, and it contradicted itself. And that's one thing I have, especially as a developmental editor, I have trouble with. I think the writing was good. So I think if things had been rearranged, it could have been a killer. So I won't say I will never read from this author again, which I won't even try to tear up her name. I'm very sorry. But but this one was just, it did not work for me. So those are the 7 books that I read in July, and I can't believe it was 7 books. And if y'all remember, if I read 5 books, and I read 7, if I read 5 books in July, I got a reward, and my reward is one of these cool field trips in Wild Houston. And so I'm going to do the first one. It's the Wawbridge Bats. Now, I've seen the bats in Austin under the Congress Bridge. I did not know that we had the second biggest bat bridge in the country right here in Houston. I had no idea. So we're going to go see them. And I looked it up, and there's a little Thai restaurant right next by us. We're going to go and eat because they come out around sunset. Sunset's not till 9:30. It's really late. So we'll go down, we'll eat Thai, and then we'll go sit and watch the bats come out and walk around. There's a cute little, just city park kind of thing, right? Not like not like Carmen Memorial Park that's vast and beautiful and seems like wilderness. But a nice, just little place to walk around. So we'll just walk around and enjoy it. And that's my reward, and I'm very excited. And I'm so glad that I earned it. So that will be that one. The same thing's going to happen next month. I will say I really had 10 books to choose from because I only put 5 on the list, right? Notice I read 7. I want to have a few that I can play with just in case I finish more books than I think. And I don't want to stop and think and try to decide what I'm going to read next. So for my TBR for August, I'm going to choose 10 books. But I only have to read 5 to get my reward. 5's still impressive, especially when some of these are kind of long. So there is a new readathon going on. It's called the Deck of TBRathon. I'll put links down in the video. This is hosted by Bekah Books and Bujo and Always Booked. So 2 booktubers are together and they planned this amazing thing. And the way it works is you choose cards, which I bought an entire deck of cards just to play this game. Yeah, I'm excited. Look how pretty they are. It's Fairies by the art of Amy Brown. So it's really fun. I've mixed them up and looked at the pictures and just want to frame them all because I love art. It makes me happy. So we are going to pick 10 cards, and those cards need to match these categories. And then we get points. So we're on 2 different teams, and the team with the most points wins. So I have, and I'm on the Plan Your TBR team. I know no one's surprised by that because there are mood readers where they'll just pick one card and read that book and pick one card and read one book. First of all, I read 3 books at once, so that doesn't work very well for me. And second, as I said just 5 seconds ago, I like to have a variety just in case. So I can pick something else up when I'm done instead of having to make the whole decision part again. So we're going to choose the 10 books now. I do have some priorities for this 10 because I'm still doing book challenge for Erin. But again, that's 4 months long, so I have 3 months left to finish it. And I'm halfway there. I've never finished 5 books for that thing in 1 month. I'll tell you that right now. It's pretty impressive. So I'm already halfway there. These ones I have left that are a priority to put on this list are The Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy. I have this one. And I have audio for this one. The Last Dragon Slayer. It's a Jasper Fforde. I love my fantasy humor, as everyone knows. So this one I'm very excited to read. One Perfect Couple. I reserved it from the library. It was going to take 22 weeks to come in, and I was tired of waiting, so I just bought it from my local store. So One Perfect Couple is a priority. So is Blood Mirror by Brent Weeks, which I've already started. So we'll talk about that one. And Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I put that in instead of Baseball 100 because Baseball 100 is going to take another 12 weeks. It's not going to get here on time. I don't want to buy that one. It's 900 pages long, and I'm not that into baseball. So Beartown is already available at my library, so I just put it on hold so I can just go pick it up. So I will just go get Beartown. The other priority is the pairing. That's for our hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. So I need to make sure to get the pairing. And then Hunt for Red October by Tom Clancy, which I did find. Yay, we went to Goodwill yesterday on our way home. We went to Goodwill. We didn't go the other day, and they had it. I was like, finally! So I do have that physical copy, though the mass paperback are not my favorite things to read. It doesn't matter. It's for a special project, so I've got that available as well. So those are priorities. Those are ones I really, really, really want to get on my list. The only one that absolutely has to be on the list is the pairing and Blood Mirror, because I've already started it. The pairing has to be done by Casey McKiston because it is it's the one I chose that releases in August, and that's for HRCYED. And the one thing that is time relevant for HRCYED is the book that's released in that month has to be read in that month. And that's the one I chose, so I need to make sure to get that one. It is already on pre-order. It comes August 6th. I just really need to get it on this list, because if not, I'm going to read it anyways. So I'd rather it count for something. So for each of these, there are 3 choices. So if I get a 2, I can get the 1 point, 3 point, or 5 point choice. So like for number 2, for 1 point is same genre as the last book I read, which is why I said it was important to know, wherever I put it, that Rebecca was the last book I read. Because it'd have to be in the same genre. 3 points if it's the same color. Though this is not the book I read. The one I read since it was audio was black cover, so I don't know. Maybe I can do whatever color I want. The 5 points is the same letter of the author's last name. It just says same letter of the author's last name. So I am taking that to mean that the title needs to start with the same letter as the author's last name. So in this case, that would be M, because I don't think the D counts. So M. And so for those, I'm not going to read you all of them. You can see the image. You can pause it if you want to see it. But we will see as I go along what we get. But I have the cards all mixed up. And I have my TBR behind me. And I have the list of books that I have ready for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. And these are the books I'm prioritizing and trying to get on that list. All right, here we go. We ready? I need a drum roll. First ball. Can you see it? You need to see the art. Look how incredible. Makes me, ooh. Can you hear that? Thunderstorm out there? Like the sun's coming through the windows, but that storm's coming. We must be in the summer in Houston. All right, so number 4. Man, that hummingbird is as big as she is. I love this. All right, number 4. So let's see what we got for number 4. Number 4 is long book. Over 400 pages, over 500 pages, over 600 pages. Now, I could have chosen Blood Mirror on my priority list for over 600 pages, except I've already started it. So since this doesn't technically start till August, I'm already under the 600 pages, so it doesn't count. But Tom Clancy's for Red October is, at least I think it is. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Let me make sure this isn't like read next book or anything. Yep, we have 641 pages. Definitely over 600. So for over 600 pages, I can get 5 points. So Hunt for Red October will be the first pick. Look at that, got a priority already. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. Next card. I know you're here just for the art, right? Me too. 3. Oh, look, and she's a reader. She gets me. There you go. There's my cosplay. Zephyr, go buy me wings. Let's see what 3 is. 3 is On Your Own TBR. Ooh. So either it's been acquired in the last 6 months, which is this entire back shelf, and then half of these. Over a year old, which are some of these on the end and all the ones behind me. And over 5 years old. I have a couple over 5 years old. I checked them earlier. See, I like to prep for these things. So I think, even though I might be crazy, because this makes 3 long ones this month. If I only read 3 books this month, this is why. I'm going to choose Bits and Pieces. It is an anthology of short stories from the Rotten Ruin world by Jonathan Mayberry. Loved Rotten Ruin. I've never read the short story collection. So I'm going to read this one. It is over, or it has been on my TBR for embarrassingly longer than 5 years. And it is over 500 pages. Hold on, I'll get to here. I'll tell you why this is important. There we go. 537 pages long. And I say that because this is a YA, and it's short story collection. I think I can read this in 24 hours. And one of the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do challenges is to read a book 500 pages or longer in 24 hours. So we'll try. So this is the second book. 2 books down, 8 to go. It's so much fun. You know, I practice these. My husband makes fun of me, but it's so much fun to play these TBR. I have a whole lineup of them. And I had something totally different planned for this one. And then this came up and I was like, nope, I'm doing this. So thanks, Bekah and Chloe. You're awesome. Giving me fun things to do. Here we go. Ooh, it's a 5, but look at that art. I don't know this fairy's personality, but I'm going to say spunky. Number 5. Host read. Oh, remember I told you I practice and I prepare? So the host read for number 5 is any book the host has read is 1 point. Rated 4 or 5 stars is 3. Or that the host has rated 4 or 5 stars. Book from host July TBR is 5. So I watched both of their TBRs. And I seem to have gelled with Bekah a little bit better. And the book that I really wanted to read off of Bekah's list is Bel Canto. It looks really good. It's about a soiree, a fancy party somewhere in Latin America. And there's this opera singer there. And then these terrorists barge in on the party to take them all hostage. But things don't actually turn out the way anyone thinks they were going to turn out. That's about all I know. And that's good enough for me. It looks really cool. So Bel Canto. So that's 5. 5. Card 5. 5 points. Bel Canto. Next. 6. Oh, it's our first dragon. Look at the cute little dragon. I like the dragon. Number 6. Well, this is lucky. I have all different numbers so far. Random read. So random color generators, 1. Random letter generator, which look, I have a, come back here. Look, I have a dice that has all the letters. That's my random letter generator. Way more fun. But I'm not going to do that because for 5 points, I could do randomize entire TBR. And for the other thing I was planning on doing, I went ahead and earlier put all the books. Doesn't that sound nice? All the books that I owned, I wrote them on little pieces of index cards and put them in here. So we are going to randomly pick one of these books. Island Realm. Island Realm. Okay, this one is book 1. Get my older books. I like that. In the Crystal Doors series by Rebecca Mesta and Kevin J. Anderson. But really, it's Rebecca's. There's a long story about why it's both of them here. So this one is actually all 3 books. So the first book is not as long as it seems. I'm just counting the first book in here. So, but it's a 3-book, it's a trilogy. So all 3 are in here. So Island Realm was the first one. So I've had this for a long time. I've wanted to get into it, just haven't done it, right? So this is perfect. That's why I do these games. Now I get to start it. So we'll do the first one in here. I'm not sure that actually counts for any requirements on anything else, but that's okay. Not even heavy on the fantasy, which I'm always afraid I'm going to be. All right. Next draw. A king. Look, fantastical creatures. Oh, she has cool tattoos too. Look at that. I love these cards. King. King is 1, your favorite genre. 2, host favorite genre. 3, rarely read genre. You know, I have a lot of 5 points. I think I'm going to go 1 point for this one because I really want to get Blood Mirror on there. So we're just going to do 1 point. They did say, even though I've already started this book, I don't feel guilty about this because they said the requirement of this book has to be at least 50 pages. So I will definitely have much more than, this book is 704 pages and I'm only like 17% in. So even the next few days, I will definitely have way more than 50 pages left before August 1st. So, and it's only 1 point. So I'm not feeling too bad for reading this book for 1 point. And then I can check it off my list. All right, so Blood Mirror's on there. So we are halfway there. 6. Like the 6 pull. But it's a 6. Look at that, 6. All right, we did 6 before. Which one was 6? Oh, random TBR. Yay! I like this one. I like these games where you physically get to do things. And yeah, I looked inside, but you can't, like, it's not cheating. I have no idea what's in here. I mean, I know exactly what's in here, but I don't know in what order or which one is which. Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Yes. I think it's on the other side. I'm so excited to start this one. And this one actually, it's a new series on, I don't remember which, but it's a new series somewhere too. So it'll be cool to read this and then be able to watch the series and compare. This is a trilogy, I do believe. Though, you know, I watch a lot of BookTube. Everything I've heard was read the first one, read the second one, pretend the third one doesn't exist. Don't know if that's going to be true for me or not, but that is what I've heard. So this one, I'm going to keep this up here in case I don't read it. It can go back in. So that is another 5 points. I like when it's a nice variety of reading. I know some people like one genre, and fantasy is definitely my favorite, but I like to read widely in a bunch of stuff, and this game is definitely providing that. It's part of the reason why I practice some of the games to decide what I wanted to do, because I need a variety, and some of the games are they're not meant for variety. 9. Look, that one has like a wolf and a fox. Is that a wolf? It is. Wow, wolf and a fox. You're getting to get along. 9. What is 9? 9 is on the cover. Object on the cover, person on the cover, building on the cover. All right, I'm going to do the pairing because I have to read that one. It's like Christmas presents. I lose my stuff. I'm like, where's the pen? I swear it was right here. The tape must be here. I didn't get up. That was number 9. So person on the cover is only 3 points, but that's okay. I have lots of 5 points on here, and I've got to read the pairing. It doesn't even come out till the 6th, so I won't even be starting that one until then. But I only have one more on my required list, which is Beartown. And a 9 again. All right, so for this 9, let's do building on the cover. Stay. getting them all from back here, apparently. Egypt's Fire by Tom Phillips. This one is The Curious League of Detectives and Thieves. Book 2 is already out, and I haven't even read book 1 yet. This is a middle grade, so I am excited to read it. And again, I like variety. So I've got some YA on here, and I've got a middle grade, and I've got, of course, the adult. So lots of different things. And book 2 is already out. Book 3 is coming out. So I'd like to start this now, and I could probably eat right through them because they're middle grade, and I love middle grade. And, you know, we're in an election season, or election year. Feels like the season never ends anymore. I need something middle grade. Something that isn't going to kill me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 2 more. Another 5. I mix these. Y'all saw me mix them. 5 was book from Host July. The other one that Bekah had that I really liked was Emily Henry, Beach Reads. So was that a 5? So we'll do 5 points. That one I don't own. Quite frankly, it will not be on the top of the list unless I really need it because it's Emily Henry and I am now a huge fan. So Emily Henry, Beach Read. That is my 9th pick. Number 10, una más. Queen. She looks like a queen too. That was appropriate art to put on that title. I think that frog has wings. Look, the frog on the tree. It has wings. So happy. So, what is the queen? Audiobook, ebook, or physical? Well, that's easy. Maybe it's not that easy. Which one do I want? Which one do I want, Birdie? What do you think? One Perfect Couple? Last Dragon Slayer? These two are priorities. Dragon. All right. Last Dragon Slayer it is. And this is Jasper Fforde, and it's hilarious. Very excited for that. And that's on Book Challenge by Erin. So that does qualify for one of those things. All right. So to review, we got a 4, which we chose over 600 pages, and that was Hunt for Red October. Number 3, over 5 years on my TBR, and I chose Bits and Pieces by Jonathan Mayberry. Number 5 was a book from Host July Read, and that is going to be Bel Canto. 6, Random Read. It's randomized entire TBR, and I picked Island Realm, which is the first in the Crystal Doors series by Rebecca Mesta. King, that's my 1.1. I did my favorite genre, and that is Blood Mirror, because that's fantasy, and that's book 4, and I really want to get that series done. There's only 5, so I'm almost done. Almost. Next one is 6, Random Read, randomized TBR again, and for that one, I got Girl's Guide to Murder, or Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm looking forward to reading that one. Number 9, I'm looking forward to reading all of them. Number 9 was Person on the Cover for 3 points. That is The Pairing by Casey McKiston. That comes out August 6th. It is a romance. And they travel all over Europe. So that's going to be fun. 9, Building on a Cover for 5 points. That's Egypt's Fire, the middle grade. And 5 again. I got a lot of repeats in this one. And so I'm still doing hosts from their July TBR, Beach Read by Emily Henry. Finally, Queen. It was physical for 5 points, and we're doing the Last Dragon Slayer. So not too bad. 10 good books. Nice book haul. 2 of them have been on my bookshelf for quite some time. So I need to finish, because I have the zoologist guide, I need to finish that one, which means actually I'll get 8 books done in July. I need to finish that one before we start. So it is out of the way. Is this all of them? Where's my Kindle? On my Kindle. All right, here we go. What do you think? I'm going to say there's no way I'm going to read all of them, but I only need to read 5. I think I can do that, even though there's some doozies in here. I don't know. Wish me luck. Are you going to play with me and join my team? I did the red team, obviously. I'm the planned team. And there's a Discord and everything. It's really fun. So I'm so grateful for Bekah and Chloe for putting this together. There's something satisfying about like actually having the books, even though I do donate them when I'm done reading them, but it's kind of nice to have like the stack. It feels like I've actually done something. I love it.